What's up, guys? Welcome back to Man Cave Collectibles, coming at you today with another figure review. This is a figure that we picked up on a recent toy hunt to Target, and I wanted to get a review out for you guys. I think this is a phenomenal looking figure from what I can see from packaging and promotional images that have been put out on King Kong. Let's jump right into the box itself. Has the really nice, I guess, door box, hinged box. Just with a little bit of Velcro here on each side. So we got a kind of a promotional shot there, product shot of the actual figure. And then we can see the figure laid out real well in the nice window there. See the two head sculpts, the two pair of hands that'll come additional to what's already on them. Looks really nice. Flip on around. It's got some additional images there of King Kong. Additional product images on the back. The box itself is really nice looking, as it's kind of a complete wraparound image. You can see there's really no break in the paint or the color all the way around the box. The pictures themselves don't actually wrap, but the coloring, kind of that background, that wooded background color, just continues a complete wrap around the box. And then there's overlay of the product shots there. So the box is really nice, looks good. Picked this guy up, he was $29.99 at Target. Let's go ahead and crack him out of his packaging and see what we got. All right, guys, so we got King Kong out of his packaging and on a review table. So just a little information on this figure and character. If you were thinking this figure was put out kind of in promotion of the new Godzilla vs. King Kong movie, you would be wrong. This figure is actually a figure based on the original King Kong film from 1933. The film was directed and produced by Marion Cooper and Ernest Schoedsack, and it stars Fay Wray and Bruce Cabot. So this film actually opened in New York City on March 2nd, 1933 to rave reviews. I think places like Rotten Tomatoes actually has it ranked as like the 4th greatest horror film of all time. So this was a very meaningful movie to the movie industry. Has a lot of history there. Probably would be worth watching, especially if you're a fan of King Kong. It's really where it all started. A lot of the King Kong stuff was done as stop motion animation at that time. So just a little bit of history on this figure. I actually was one of the folks who thought, with the timing of it, that it was actually kind of a promotional type of figure for the new King Kong vs. Godzilla movie. So I just wanted to kind of throw that in there. Now, jumping on into the figure itself, we can see that I'll throw up some images here of King Kong from that 1933 movie, and we can see the similarities there. I think they did a fantastic job. Neca did a great job in kind of capturing, even all the way down to this head sculpt, almost has a goofy look to it. And that is because, as you'll see in this slide, he did kind of have a goofy looking face. His eyes kind of had almost a funny type of look, a characteristic to it. Now, jumping on into head sculpts, we get this one, which is intense. And this is the one I will be displaying him with. I think this one looks phenomenal. You can see those teeth, just the detail on those gums and teeth. Look at the tongue, the eyes in there painted with a gloss. I mean, just pure rage here. He's got a little bit of damage, from his fights there with dinosaurs or whatever he ran into. Just phenomenal. This is an amazing head sculpt. They both are great head sculpts, and this one is very accurate and reminiscent to a lot of what you saw in the movie, but we also see that just pure rage. Now you see he does have two fisted hands that come on him out of the package. He also comes with two kind of relaxed hands here. You can see they're very detailed. definitely have just that perfect gorilla look to them. You can tell Neca really did their homework on this figure. Sculpted in fingernails, sculpted in hair. Just a really, really well done hand sculpt there. Now jumping on into the figure that we have here in front of us, so we can check out that face there. Those eyes look really good. Neca really killed it on the mouth, the teeth, the tongue, the gums. Killed it on that. We can see here he does have some scarring, just some battle damage, a little bit of blood there. All the hair is fully sculpted. The paintwork looks really nice. Articulation is done very clean, so that's nice. Got his two fisted hands here. And when we get down to his feet, kind of what you'd expect there for a gorilla. Very nice. So he looks really, really good. Articulation wise, that's about where we can get the head as far as him looking down. We can get it side to side. Very, very, very good articulation there. And then up, we can get him looking up that much. So I think that's pretty good range of motion on that. As far as up here in his, I can get him up to there. You know how Neca is, tight joints, and this guy is tight all around, every joint, which is a good thing and a bad thing. You want to be a little bit careful as far as with those tight joints to work them in slow. We got a swivel here at the bicep, top of the bicep. We also have a swivel at the bottom of the bicep, right here where you have this double jointed elbow. Double jointed elbow, very nice. Get a lot of range of motion there. And then you've got a swivel here at the forearm. You can get a full 360 out of that wrist. It's a little bit tight because of the overlay of the sculpted hair. And then nice range of motion in the wrist. A little bit hindered, again, due to the sculpt. Ab crunch, slightly, not a ton. We can go back a decent amount, which is really good for that gorilla if you wanted to kind of get that hunched over, crawling around on their knuckles pose. You could do that. Kind of hurts the sculpt a little bit there. You can see it kind of offers a gap, but not bad. Moving on down, get the legs out to there. Does the splits pretty well. And those are kind of ratchety, so that's a good thing. Because he's a very heavy figure, so those ratchets will help. Got a little bit of a swivel there at the top of the thigh. We got double jointed knees here, which are extremely tight, but we got the double joint. You can kind of work those out. Can't get it back too far because you can see here how the sculpt hangs down. It is a softer plastic, so it's not gonna hurt it, but that's about as far back as we can get it. And you can hear that ratchet. That's really nice. You need that for a figure that's this heavy and this bulky. And then as we move on down, we do have some ankle articulation there. It's very tight, but it is there. And then we can get that side to side motion there. So real well done, nicely articulated figure. Let's pop this head off. And let's put this head on. We can see there that you've got a ball peg in there that can move around pretty good. It's got the hole in the head. And you just gotta pop that back on. There we go. And now we got the head that I'm really excited about. That is pure rage right there. I love that. That's how I like to imagine my King Kong. All right, let's go ahead and bring in a few guys for size comparison with King Kong, and we'll wrap up our video. All right, guys, so we'll bring in a couple different options from a couple different lines. So we've got a Juggernaut Build-A-Figure from Marvel Legends. So you can see that he's a pretty big figure. He ain't that big. I want to say he's about 7.5 to 8 inches tall. We've got our Neca cartoon line, Donatello, and then we've got a Storm Collectibles Muhammad Ali. So that kind of shows you a good size comparison. He is a bigger figure, but you know, obviously being as big as King Kong is, he's not really going to scale with anything properly. You know, most of these characters would fit in his hand, you know, if you go based on the movie. So one thing I do want to do is get maybe a Godzilla to actually pose with this guy. So if anybody has any recommendations for a Godzilla that would look really good from the Neca line, put it in the comments below. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts at what would look good with this 8-inch King Kong figure. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button. It helps get this video shared. If you're already a subscriber, I want to thank you. If you're not a subscriber, please consider joining the Man Cave Collectibles team. We'd love to have you. We're on the road to 1,000, and big goal of mine to be able to hit that. And we'll look at trying to do maybe some kind of giveaway when we get there. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Stay safe. Until next time.